All right, guys, we are live here in the ALCS Game 4 between the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. Here tonight is Game 4 of the 2021 American League Championship Series. We are in Fenway Park. It's a beautiful night in Fenway, 58 degrees, and on the mound for the Boston Red Sox is Nick Pivetta, and for the Houston Astros is Zach Greinke. Greinke is going to be getting his first start of these playoffs. Postseason hasn't pitched much so far, but we'll see what he can give for the Houston Astros. The Astros are down 2-1 so far this series after losing Game 3 yesterday 12-3 and losing Game 2 9-5 and winning Game 1 5-4. Zach Greinke career at Fenway is 0-2 with a 10.22 ERA, so not two great numbers, but the Astros definitely need a gem out of Zach Greinke today. Nick Pivetta this season is 9-8 with a 4.53 ERA, 175 strikeouts with a 1.3 WHIP. Postseason, he's played in 2 games in 8.2 innings, given up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, and 3 walks with 11 strikeouts. Pivetta has not pitched against the Astros so far this season. Primarily fastball curveball for Pivetta this season. The 6-footer from Canada, the righty, taking the mound at Fenway for the Red Sox. Leading off for the Astros is number 27, Jose Altuve. Altuve has not been too successful this series besides Game 1, where he hit a 2-run home run to tie the game, and he had a sacrifice fly in the 8th inning. And here is Jose Altuve, Astros in gray, Red Sox in red. Top of the first, here we go in Game 4 of the ALCS. Boston leads it 2-1, and here's the first pitch by Pivetta. That's inside, and Altuve flies it into left field, and here is out number 1. And Verdugo is playing left field today for the Boston Red Sox. Batting order for the Astros, Altuve, Brantley, Bregman. The top order has not fired well so far for the Astros. Alvarez hitting cleanup, Correa 5, Tucker 6, didn't move up anywhere. Gurriel, batting champ for the American League, batting 7. Chas McCormick getting the start in center field, and Martine Maldonado doing catching for the Astros. That brings up Michael Brantley, who this season hit .311, hasn't done too much this series against the Red Sox, but hitting .290 so far this postseason. 1 pitch, 1 out for Pivetta so far, as that's outside, up and away for a ball, 1-0. One and 0. Brantley swings at one high, and it's a foul, making it 1-1. 0-2, excuse me. FS1 messed up that. It should be. Yeah, excuse me. It's 1-1. The first one was a ball. This was a strike, as it was a foul. The top order for the Astros, Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, have severely struggled, and if the Astros are going to have any chance, these 3 are going to have to fire. Here's the 1-1 way upstairs, 2-1. Pivetta making his first ever postseason start as the Red Sox are in the shift. Arroyo's on the grass. How about that? Kid gets a ball. And here's the 2-1 from Pivetta against Brantley. Brantley stepping into the box again. Here's the 2-1, and that's a called strike, down and away, and that's 2-2. The crowd likes that, obviously, as they're in Fenway. All these Astros hitters are very disciplined at the plate, and they have to continue to do that. Be patient. The thing is that the Astros have been down so big going into the third inning itself, being down 9-0 and 8-0, that the offense hasn't had much of a chance in any game. Here's the 2-2, and swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball, and that is the first strikeout for Pivetta in this game. 2 away early in the first inning. Only 6 pitches for Pivetta to get through Altuve and Brantley. The high fastball has been very effective against Michael Brantley. They got him out in Game 3 using that, just beating them on velocity. Brantley being a bit undisciplined there in the plate, surprisingly. That's going to bring up Alex Bregman. Bregman, again, hasn't been very productive. Takes a high fastball, 1-0. A good 38,000 in attendance in Fenway Park for Game 4. A big one for the Astros. Here's the 1-0. Inside, almost hit Bregman, 2-0. 2 fastballs and 94, missed them both. Bregman this season had an injury in his hamstring that kept him out for the majority of this season. A good 60 games. Here's the 2-0. Bregman sends one high and deep and back at the wall, and it is gone! It is a home run! Alex Bregman goes deep over the Fenway wall fence, and the Astros are up 1-0. The first lead for the Astros since Game 1. Bregman with a much-needed home run to left over the Fenway Park Green Monster. How about that for Alex Bregman? A much-needed one. There you go. Yes, sir, Breggs. That's what I'm talking about. Bregman with that big, great swing of his. That's exactly where Bregman wants it. That went really, really high. Let's go. You know, the Astros do have a chance today. I'll give them a good chance, especially now that they have this 1-0 lead. Here, that brings up Yordan Alvarez hitting 286, fastball way up, 1-0. That I cannot tell you how much the Astros need that home run by Bregman right there. The Astros need a lead in this game, and Alex Bregman has just done that. The MVP candidate in 2019 has delivered for the Astros. Many people are wanting Bregman to go down the order and bring Tucker up, but Bregman has said, I got the 3-hole for you guys. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez hasn't hit a home run since Game 1 of the ALCS. And now Alvarez sends one high into right field. And it's caught by Arroyo, who was waving off. And that's 3 outs. And that'll end the top of the first inning. But damage done. Alex Bregman goes deep over the monster. And it is 1-0 Houston. Man, that was such a big home run by Breggs right there. Cannot tell you how big of a home run that was. Incredible. That's exactly what the Astros needed. Maybe, just maybe, that'll wake them up. Who knows? Either way, it's 1-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. And that will be Zach Greinke for the Houston Astros. The Astros definitely have a good chance of winning, especially if the pitcher Zach Greinke is able to get through the first 2 to 3 innings without considerably low damage. You know, I like the Astros offense. They can stay in the game and have the ability for the Astros to steal a game here at Fenway Park if they can keep it within scoring range for this team. I totally agree, David. You know, the walks are just really what started everything last night. Urquidy was going through, retired the first four hitters quite easily. And then once he gave up that walk to Verdugo, everything just started pouring on and on. Next thing you know, the bases are loaded and we're down 6-0. Schwarber hit that home run to right. And Zach Greinke, having all that experience, needs to not be rattled, and he has to continue to keep pushing it into the zone. And solo shots, again, solo homers are not a problem. It's okay if you give a solo homer. You cannot give up those grand slams and 3-run shots. Those kill you in the postseason. And these walks have just led to so many runs for the Red Sox. When the Red Sox walk, that leads to more runs. And, you know, you just have to be very disciplined today. Maldi's going to be at the plate. Let's see what the Astros can do here in the bottom of the first inning. But yeah, as long as the Astros keep it close, they can definitely win tonight. Let's see what happens. Leading off for the Red Sox is Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber was traded from the Washington Nationals to the Red Sox and is leading off. Now batting second is Kike Hernandez, hitting above 500 this postseason. Devers at 3. Bogart's hitting cleanup. Verdugo comes in at 5. JD Martinez, the DH, hitting 6. Renfroe on right at 7. Christian Vasquez, the catcher, batting 8th. And you have Christian Arroyo at second base, batting 9th. And that's going to bring up Zach Greinke in the postseason as at a 4-6 record with a 4.18 ERA and 108 innings. 97 strikeouts and a 240 opponent batting average. And here is Greinke, first pitch to Schwarber. That's outside for a ball, 1-0. Greinke this season for the Astros is 11-6 with a 4.16 ERA. Here's the 1-0. Strike one right down the middle, 1-1. Greinke, like I said, was 11-6 with a 4.16 ERA this season, 120 strikeouts with a 1.17 WHIP. The 6'2 right-hander in his at 37 from Orlando, still pitching the Hall of Famer 1-1 to Schwarber. That's down 2-1. Greinke's got to start pitching some strikes here. Greinke likes to paint the corners, getting called strikes. Let's see if he can do that. Greinke started off with 2 fastballs and then has a changeup. And here's the 2-1. Schwarber sends one high into center field, right to Chas McCormick. And that is 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. 4 pitches in and out for Zach Greinke. And that's going to bring up the very dangerous Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez, the first 3 innings for the Boston Red Sox, they have just been on fire, especially Kike, who's 5 for 7 in the first inning. Kike is hitting above 500 this postseason. Enrique or Kike Hernandez coming into the box. Here's the first pitch, and that's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-0-1. And here's the 0-1 to Kike. That's high, 1-1. Kike is hitting .615 overall in this series. The crowd is definitely hyped up about Kike here. Here's the 1-1 from Zach. Kike sends one over to the left side. Correa picks it up, fires it over to Yuli. That's 2 out in the first inning. Good job by Carlos. Carlos with a smile there. That's good to see. Nice play by Correa. In left field, firing it all the way across the diamond to Gurriel. 2 out. It was hard hit by Hernandez. One thing the Astros cannot do is have any errors. Altuve had a big error last night that allowed the Red Sox to keep that inning alive and eventually piled on 6. 7 pitches, 2 outs for Greinke. Ideally, this is the ideal scenario for the Astros. Zach Greinke pitches 4 innings. Javier comes in, pitches 3, and then you have Grayman and Presley to finish off tonight. We'll see how it goes. Starts off Devers 0-1. Devers hitting .303 this postseason, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. Hit a grand slam in Game 2 on Jake Odorizzi that just went past the right field foul pole. Greinke right back. Here's the 0-1. Outside 1-1 on that fastball. Greinke's fastball is not going to be Greinke's fastball is not going to be too high. Going to be around 89, 90 miles an hour at best. Again, Zach got COVID late in the season, also had a neck injury. Here's the 1-1. Outside 2-1. Another fastball. Missing the up and away corner to Devers. Greinke, according to different reporters, has been stretched out to about 40 pitches maximum. But manager Dusty Baker said that he'll go as far as Greinke will take him, so we'll see. You never know. We really don't know how far Zach Greinke is going to be going tonight. Here's the 2-1 to Devers. Down 3-1. This is a dangerous spot for Greinke. He can absolutely not walk Devers. You do not want to walk this team, as this is just going to lead to more and more damage. We've seen this story throughout games 2 and 3, and we really do not want to see it again. Yankees got to start finding the zone. 3-1 now to Devers. Devers this season hit about 114 RBIs. Here's a 3-1, and didn't get the call and didn't get the swing, unfortunately, for Greinke, and that's going to be a walk for Devers. Didn't get the strike call on the outside corner, and that's a good check swing by Devers actually, but did not get the outside corner strike, and that's going to bring up shortstop Xander Bogaerts, who's hitting cleanup. Bogaerts hit a monster home run against the Yankees in the wildcard round this year. Bogaerts, definitely one of the better shortstops in the league. Hitting 300. Greinke's got to start finding it and doesn't get the call there outside on a fastball 1-0. Greinke's definitely pumping these fastballs, just not finding the strike zone right now to finish the inning. Zach definitely knows how to get through this. He's done it for so many years. The Red Sox are not a stealing team. They're not going to steal bases. They just don't do that. But Zach, just being safe, is going to check. 1-0, and Bogaerts sends it high and deep into left field, and it is way out of here, out of the stadium. It's a 2-run home run for Xander Bogaerts, and he roars the Fenway crowd as they're on their feet. Monster shot in the left, and it is 2-1 Red Sox. One thing I can say is that at least was not a grand slam. And the Astros are down 2-1. And there they go in the go-kart in the Boston dugout. That's what they do after every single home run. The Red Sox have just piled and piled home runs throughout their postseason run. It is just absolutely incredible. 81% of their runs have come via the home run. And that's going to bring up Verdugo, as that's a breaking ball dropped in. That's a nice curveball dropped in by Zach Greinke, 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Here's Bregman. Bregman fires it across the diamond. Gurriel couldn't make the throw in time, and Verdugo is safe at first base. Bad throw by Bregman as Gurriel could not tag him out, and the inning is still alive here in what the inning should have already been over by now. And it's just too high for Gurriel to tag him in time. A simple throw there, and the inning would be over. Yeah, it doesn't look like Gurriel touched him at all. And Verdugo's safe on first. And that's the one thing the Astros cannot do, errors. Yesterday, Altuve had an error. Today, Bregman has an error. And that's going to bring up the very dangerous J.D. Martinez, the designated hitter. Martinez also hit a grand slam in Game 2 into right field of Minute Maid Park that rushed out of there in the top of the first inning against Luis Garcia. Martinez hitting almost 430 this postseason. That's a strike, down and in at 89, 0-1. Again, the Astros cannot afford to have any more damage done in this first inning. Greinke desperately has to get out of this inning. Has already gone up to 17 pitches. Not an ideal start if you're the Astros for Greinke. Doesn't get it there, down 1-1. It was just a hanging slider by Bogaerts. Greinke was frustrated as soon as he gave it up. And that was way, way, way out of here. Over, outside of Fenway. One and one to Martinez. And gets the call on the outside corner. 1-2 to Martinez. This is where Zach has to put away Martinez right now. Obviously, JD is not going to expand the strike zone at all. That's just how good of a hitter he is. Greinke's going to have to do a paint job somewhere like he did with this pitch. Here's the 1-2. And it's a foul ball. 1-1. Stays 1-2. New ball. The home plate umpire is Laz Diaz tonight in ALCS Game 4. As here's the 1-2 to Martinez. And Martinez just doesn't swing, making it 2-2. Doesn't get the call there on that 84-mile-an-hour slider. Again, like I said, the walks have just killed the Astros, and it has already tonight, making the Red Sox have the lead 2-1 right now. Greinke, 21 pitches already. Can't get Martinez out. Still 3-2. Full count now on Martinez. The Astros just cannot get that third strike for whatever reason. They are just unable to finish the inning. They're just not pitching in the strike zone. They're scared of it, I understand, but you're just going to have to do it at some point. It's just going to get even harder if you don't. Greinke's got to pitch it here, and there's called time by Martinez. And Greinke checks on Verdugo at first base. Still 3-2. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot, man. Here's Full count. And it's down. It's the second walk for Zach Greinke in this first inning. And that puts 2 on with 2 out here. And that's going to bring up right fielder Hunter Renfroe. Again, this is a very dangerous spot for the Astros, a chance where the Red Sox can put up crooked numbers. The walks have just led to runs. It's that simple. And I just don't know why the Astros are not pitching good enough. Renfroe with an RBI so far this postseason, hitting 241. Doesn't get the strike there on that curveball, 1-0. They're just not finding the zone. These pitches are just way too obvious that they're not even close to the strike zone. It's not even close. And obviously they're not even going to swing at that because it's nowhere close to it. They got to entice the Red Sox. And I just can't imagine what would happen if the Red Sox load the bases again, as it's 2-0 now. That's looking even more dangerous, as the Red Sox could hit another grand slam here. It's almost setting up for that again. I think Stromy should definitely go out and have a chat with Greinke right now, as that's what Maldonado is going to do here, as Correa comes in to talk as well. 2-0 now to Renfroe. Renfroe, honestly, not the best hitter that the Red Sox have right now. And Greinke really needs to put him away. Ground ball, anything. Just has to put him away. You're down 2-1. That is okay. You can come back from that. You can't come back from 6-1, 7-1. Come on, Zach. You got it. 2-0 to Renfroe, and that's a strike. It's a fastball. 2-1. As Brooks Raley is already warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. Two and one out to Renfroe. And it's inside for 3-1 again. If the Red Sox load the bases, we know what can happen. They've already done it 3 times already. I don't think the Astros need to see it again. I just don't know, no matter what pitcher the Astros are putting on the mound, they just can't find the strike zone. It's unbelievable. And Greinke steps off here. Gonna rethink this pitch here. 3-1 again to Renfroe. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Greinke has already done 27 pitches. As here's the 3-1. And Renfroe swings. Nice play by Bregman. Bregman throws a second and he's out. Altuve gets the out there. And the Astros get through the first inning. Thank God for them. Great job by Bregman there. Unbelievable. Makes up for the error he made earlier. Throws to Altuve at second to get the third out of the inning. And through one here in ALCS Game 4, Boston 2, Astros 1. Bogarts goes deep into out of Fenway Park, and Red Sox lead 2-1 end of the first inning. Cannot tell you how big of a pitch that was by Zach Greinke, getting out of what could have been an absolutely horrendous inning that could have ended the game, just like it did last night. But Greinke gets out of it. Took about 29 pitches, but still 2-1 Red Sox. Now you're just wondering if Zach will come back to start the second inning or not. I think Zach should, because you need some more outs out of him. At least 2 more. You'd think if he can get to 40 pitches, you at least get to 40, right? Because you need outs. And then you assume Christian Javier would be coming in for the long term. But can't tell you how big of a sigh of relief that was for the Astros right now. That could have been bases loaded and the whole story could have unfolded, just like it did in games 2 and 3, but they got out of it somehow. Bregman made an absolutely amazing play in left field to steal a base hit from Renfroe. And it stays 2-1 Red Sox over the Astros. As we head to the top of the second inning, Carlos Correa is going to be leading off for the Astros in the top of the second, followed by Kyle Tucker and Yuli Gurriel. 2-1 Red Sox. End of the first here on FS1. Correa, we know what a postseason performer he is. Has one of the most postseason RBIs in MLB history. Hit 279 this season with 26 homers and 92 RBIs with an 850 with 850 OPS. And this postseason hitting around just above 400. Had that absolutely monster home run in game 1, well into the Crawford boxes, that gave the Astros a 4-3 lead in the 6th inning of game 1. And he's going to be leading off for the Astros in this inning. As you're back here, Pivetta only required 11 pitches to get through that first inning. Here's Correa hitting 360. Takes a breaking ball for a ball, 1-0. Obviously, if you remember last night, Eduardo Rodriguez made fun of Correa's wristwatch celebration. And Alex Cora went viral after screaming at Rodriguez. Here's the 1-0. And that's a breaking ball dropped in for a strike, 1-1. Pivetta's got a really strong break on his curve right there. Pretty strong from Pivetta. And here's the 1-1 to Carlos. Carlos fouls one back, 1-2 on a 94 fastball, up and away. Here's the 1-2 to Carlos. Carlos, good take there on that pitch right there, down and away. Slider at 87, 2-2. And here's the 2-2. Correa lines one straight to the shortstop, Bogarts. Bogarts to Schwarber, 1 out. Kike playing center field once again. Verdugo in left today. And Renfroe in right. And in the infield for the Red Sox. Devers at third. Bogarts playing shortstop. Christian Arroyo at second. Schwarber playing first base. And Vasquez doing catching for the Red Sox. And that's going to bring up Kyle Tucker. Tuck had a 3-run home run last night into right field to make it 9-3. And Kyle Tucker's arguably been the hottest hitter for the Astros so far in this season. Tucker, the right fielder for the Astros, says that's called a strike, even though it was way outside. Tucker had 30 homers and 92 RBIs with a 917 OPS, 296 in the postseason. Hit a 3-run homer last night, and here's the 0-1. Tucker fouls one off, fastball at 95, 0-2 now, quickly down. The Astros are going to have to continue to respond to Boston, as they obviously come out of lights out to start every game practically. As here's the 0-2. Tucker! And he swung on a very high fastball. And that's 2 strikes. That's 2 strikeouts for Pivetta as Tucker goes down. Very surprising to see Tucker swing at that extremely high fastball as, that's a close one. Almost held up there, but he is called for the swing. And that's 3 strikes, you're out. And that's going to bring up American League batting champion Yuli Gurriel. Gurriel hit .319 this season to win it. Has struggled in the ALDS, but picked up as of late here in the ALCS as Gurriel lines one. What a great play by Devers. Devers across the diamond, way too high. It's a wild throw, and Gurriel gets on base. Devers is going to be charged with an error, and Gurriel gets on base here with 2 outs for the Astros. That was an amazing stop by Devers, but the throw was way too high, and the Astros have a 2-out base runner aboard here in the second inning. Way too high for Schwarber to make a play. Just couldn't get the handle on the throw there that almost hit the ball boy. And the cameraman, by the way. And it's ruled as a hit, actually. Surprisingly, it's ruled as a hit. And here's center fielder Chas McCormick. McCormick did not get a start yesterday as Jose Siri was getting the start last night in center for the Astros. But Chas, hitting .385 so far, takes a high fastball, 1-0. Chas was an emerging player for the Astros this season, hitting .257, hit 14 homers and 50 RBIs, but did have 104 strikeouts in those appearances. Had 3 hits against Boston in Game 1, but struck out 3 times in Game 2. Here's the 1-0. That's way up, 2-0. As Gurriel advanced to second there on that wild throw. And Martine Maldonado is due on deck. I'm just wondering if McCormick gets on base here, do you take out Martine and maybe put Castro in, as this could be a big spot? Here's the 2-0, and he takes it. Nice take there by Chas, 3-0. I wonder if Chas would get the green light here with a man on second, Yuli. Chas definitely has a big swing and can definitely rope it over the fences. Let's see if Dusty gives him the green light here on 3-0. And here's the 24th pitch for Pivetta, 3-0. Takes it 4-0. That's a ball. And that is a walk for Chas McCormick. And that is going to bring up Martine Maldonado. Now it becomes really interesting, as Martine is going to come up with a big moment here. And, just the way Martine has been hitting, hasn't even hit 100 this postseason. You really want to get these guys home, especially now that you have 2 on and 2 out. Do you consider putting in Jason Castro now? But they're not going to do that, as Martine has already stepped up to the plate. I'm just saying that this would have been a good moment for Castro to come in, considering you got out of that first inning. I just feel like Castro would give them a better opportunity here. Martine only hit 1 RBI this postseason, just not giving the Astros much of a chance in that 9 hole. And considering they have 2 on and 2 out, I just don't know if this is going to be productive. And that's a wild pitch. The runners are going to advance to second and third, and it's 1-0 to Maldonado. A hit by Maldonado would give the Astros the lead. That wasn't a wild pitch you'd want to see. Christian Vasquez, unable to handle that breaking ball, had a bit of spin on it, jumped up on Vasquez. And looks like we're going to have a visit here to Pivetta. Bogart's coming up to talk as well as Vasquez. And the whole infield comes in. This is a big spot if you're the Astros. Martine, if he gets a hit, the Astros would take the lead. Now, Martine is the catcher for Zach Greinke, and I get it, but the way you're going to beat the Red Sox is by outscoring them, and Castro just gives you the best opportunity, and he has been slugging it. He hit a monster 400-foot moon blast into center field in Minute Maid Park in Game 2. But this is a big spot for Machete right here. This would be huge if Martine can get the Astros a hit here. It's considered a wild pitch by Pivetta. As that's a good take on the breaking ball there, 2-0 to Martine. Now, if Martine can get a walk, that'll bring up leadoff hitter Jose Altuve. And Altuve with the bases loaded is something the Astros would like to have at this moment. There are a couple of Astros fans in the house here in Fenway. Nice to see the support. Here's the 2-0 from Maldonado. Pivetta resets. I cannot tell you how big of a moment this is for the Astros. This is huge. Can Machete come up with a home? Machete, can he come up with a base hit here or something? 2-0, takes it, fastball, 2-1. Gurriel at third, Chaz at second, 2-on-2 out, top of the second, 2-1 Boston in Game 4. Here's the 2-1, and it's outside, 3-1 to Maldonado. Misses on that fastball, 95. I'm sure Martine would be in take mode here. Not going to give him a strike. An interesting thought would be Martine wants to bunt it. Martine sends one high and deep into center, right for Kike Hernandez, and he puts it away. And that'll 2 innings done for the Astros, and we're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Red Sox 2, Astros 1. Astros have had 2 hits. Red Sox only 1, but they have the lead. All right, guys, here is Alex Verdugo. The left fielder, Christian Javier's come into the game, and he is pumping fastballs 96, 1-0 to Verdugo. Verdugo is 0 for 1 today. Bottom of the third inning, Red Sox lead at 2-1 and lead this game as well, 2-1. One out in this bottom of the third inning, 1-0. 2-0 now to Verdugo. Misses on those both fastballs. Here's the 2-0, and it's a big swing and a foul by Verdugo. As Javier's done 8 pitches so far, 2-1, and a big swing and a miss by Verdugo. 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2 from Javier, and another swing, and it's another foul from Verdugo. As here's the 2-2 from Javier, and misses on there. Misses. They just cannot get him out. They just cannot get them out. That was a slider that he missed. He missed the slider. Now it's 3-2 to Verdugo. Every batter seemingly is going to 3-2, and that's a walk by Verdugo. Already probably 5 walks issued by the Astros already. And every single walk leads to a run. It's just crazy. As that's a foul by Martinez. And that's outside. Martine checks to Verdugo at first, and it's 2-1 now. It's just strange that nobody on the Astros can find the strike zone. As here's the 1-1 pitch from Javier to Martinez, who walked his last time up. And he gets him on the swing there, 1-2. That was a ball in the dirt, but nevertheless, Martinez swings at it on that slider, which was covered by Maldonado. And it's 1-2 on Martinez. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the third inning. Still 2-1, Boston over Houston in the game and this series. Martinez has just been on fire and has been really hurting the Astros, as almost everybody is. on the Red Sox team. As here's the 1-2 to Martinez. Javier checks on Verdugo at first. Javier this season has 2 saves, a 3.55 ERA, 130 strikeouts. With a 1.18 whip, the 24-year-old right-hander has started games for the Astros earlier this season, but is now doing a long relief for Houston in the bullpen. And here's the 1-2 to Martinez. Martinez fouls it off, stays alive. Still 1-2. Javier's done 16 pitches so far already through 1 out only. Every time the Astros have to go to a full count seemingly to get these hitters out, it almost seems like they're scared to pitch strikes. I mean, that's just the reality of it right now. Yeah, I just hope his pitch count doesn't get up too much, because we need him to get more outs, as he's already done 16. Only 1 out. Here's the 1-2 to Martinez. Doesn't get him there on the breaking ball and stays 2-2. As Martinez again. Here's the 2-2. And that's outside, and it's a full count now. Javier is just not getting it. Again, it's another full count. Misses on that slider. And it's 3-2 again. Another hitter, and it's another full count. Martinez definitely has been playing well this series. Had a grand slam in game 2. Had a big double yesterday. Here's the 3-2, and it's strike 3 called on Martinez. Wow. That is surprising. I did not think that was a strikeout. I'm being honest. But Martinez gets rung up there, and it's 2 away. Here in the 3rd inning okay, Dusty Baker is now walking out. I wonder what Dusty is going to be talking about here as the runner goes to second. Verdugo goes to second with a stolen base. As Maldonado was about to throw it, but then the called strike 3 made Maldonado pause. Kind of a very interesting sequence of events here, as the umpire called 3rd strike right when Maldonado was about to throw the runner. And that prevented a double play of strike him out, throw him out. Now, I still can't believe that was a strike, as Cora is mad. Cora has come onto the field and is yelling. Man, Cora is furious, and rightfully so. That was a terrible 3rd strike call, but nevertheless, it's 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That was a potential strike him out, throw him out by Maldonado. I don't know where the batting interference. Oh, so you're saying there was batting interference because he couldn't throw. That's why he couldn't throw to second base to get Verdugo out. Okay, I see. And either way, 2 outs here. That's going to bring up right fielder Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe 0 for 1 today. You have a runner on second. That's Verdugo, 2 outs. Javier, 19 pitches so far. And Renfroe fouls one off immediately, a fastball at 94. This series, Renfroe's hitting 100, has an RBI. The Astros really need to get out of this inning as well. Javier now with 20 pitches. As that 3rd strike call was just hilarious, but I'm surprised. What happened, honestly, that he called it a 3rd strike? Kind of crazy. 0-1. And it is a foul ball behind 0-2 now quickly on Renfroe. Javier just got to put him away here to end the 3rd inning. You can't allow them to walk again, and then the merry-go-round will get started. So keep the pressure on the Red Sox. Javier's fastball is around 95, 96. Does the slider as well. Pops in a curveball here and there. Here's the 0-2. And that's way out. Misses on that slider. 1-2. how are you going to get these guys out? You're pitching balls, okay, but are you making them look like strikes? No, they're not even close to strikes. That's what I don't get. Make them look like strikes at the very least so that they entice the batter to swing. I mean, it's not useful. It's just wasting pitches, honestly, if you're just going to do that. You got to make it convincing. Right there, that's a call. That's a third strike. Swinging strike, and that ends the third inning. 2-1, Red Sox on top of the Astros. Nice pitch by Javier there. Gets him on a strikeout. That was a great slider there from Javier. Made it look like a strike, and guess what? He swung. It's pretty simple, guys. Just make it look like a strike, and they'll swing. Come on. Let's tie this game up, at least, in the top of the fourth inning. Come on. We've made it through 3. Still 2-1 Red Sox on top of the Astros. The big news later on today came out that the Braves were unable to hold on, and that the Dodgers came back and did end up winning and beating the Braves 6-5. The Braves were up 5-2 going into the 6th inning, and it was a 3-run homer by Cody Bellinger that tied the game, and Mookie Betts with a walk-off, and the Dodgers keep their season alive. It wasn't a walk-off, excuse me. It was a go-ahead run in the 8th inning by Mookie that gave the Dodgers the lead and the win. Great job by the Dodgers to keep their series alive, going down 3-0. Would not have been good for them. But either way, this is the big inning for the Astros. Jordan Alvarez, Carlos Correa, and Kyle Tucker are due up. This is the time. Air Jordan hasn't done much of Air Jordan recently. We need Jordan to hit a big one. Haven't seen much out of the big man since game 1 of the ALDS. Come on, Jordan. Show us something. Yeah. And then obviously Carlos and then Tuck. So we need some runs this inning. This needs to be a good one. Nick Pivetta is still in the game for the Red Sox. He's been actually pretty good. Uh-huh. Yeah. Pivetta has gone through 3 innings, gave up 2 hits and 1 earned run, which is a solo shot by Breggs, and 2 strikeouts and a walk for Pivetta so far. As here's number 44, the designated hitter, Jordan Alvarez. And he's facing Pivetta for the second time. Jordan flew out in that first inning. And that second inning. First inning. Excuse me. What am I saying? Here's Pivetta, and that is a ball outside, 1-0. Jose just is not, he's getting those fastballs that I see Jose hit all the time, for homers and stuff. He's just getting too late on it. He's getting under it or over it. And that's upstairs 2-0 to Alvarez. Jordan had a career year, 33 homers, 104 RBIs, hit 277. But besides the LDS games 1 and 2, hasn't really done much. Jordan desperately needs to do something. Here's 2-0. Takes it. That's going to be 3-0 now to Jordan. On deck is Carlos Correa, who is 0 for 1. Here's the 3-0. And that is inside right down. 3-1 on that slider. Come on, Jordan, show your big power. I really want to see it. Show them, Jordan. Come on. Here's a 3-1. And that is down for ball 4. Alvarez with a leadoff walk to start the 4th inning. And good news for the Astros. And that's going to bring up Carlos Correa, the shortstop. And they're showing highlights. Bellinger sent one high and deep in the bottom of the 8th to tie it at 5-5. Amazing by Bellinger. Crazy. And then Mookie hit the go-ahead run in the same inning. And the Dodgers ended up winning. Incredible. And it's going to bring up Carlos. Carlos lines one, and that goes straight to Verdugo. Can you believe that? That was a good hit by Correa, but unfortunately it goes straight to Verdugo for the out, 1 away, here in the top of the 4th. That was one that the Astros really needed. It was really unfortunate there that the ball just kept carrying to Verdugo and left. But at least it was a hard hit ball. It was good contact. And that's going to bring up Kyle Tucker. Tucker had a strikeout in his first time up. As here's the 1, and that is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Alvarez still at first for Tucker. Big moment here for the Astros. They have a base runner. And it's the top of the 4th inning. And here's the 0-1 from Pivetta. And Tucker pops it up straight up into the air, into left for Devers, and he puts it away at the left field foul line for 2 away. And that wasn't very productive. 2 outs for the Astros as Correa lined one to Verdugo on left, and then Tucker pops one, and it is out by Devers. They need better at-bats from two of the better hotter batsmen for the Astros. And here's Yuli, who's 1 for 1 today. He was able to get on a base hit, which was an error by Rafael Devers. He had a single in that in that inning, and he's hitting 545 this series, is just pretty good. And Gurriel takes one very high, 1-0. Yuli, the American League batting champion, has done well this series, but hasn't had a lot of big opportunities to say in big moments as they check on Alvarez at first. Jordan, not really a threat to steal, but you never know. As Pivetta approaching 50 pitches, you really want to get him out of the game and go into that Red Sox bullpen if you're the Astros. And here's the 1-0, and Gurriel fouls one off to left, and it's 1-1. With 2 outs, the Astros have been productive. We'll see if they can do that here. With 2 outs, Jordan at first base, and Yuli at the plate. And here's the 1-1 from Pivetta. And it's up, and it is a called strike on Gurriel. Can you believe that? It's 1-2 now on Yuli. That did not seem like a swing to me. It seemed like a check swing by Yuli. I don't know what that was. Yeah, Gurriel, he might have swung. I think Gurriel, it's a very close call, but he swung. It's 1-2 now. Crowd on their feet at Fenway like they always are. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. And Gurriel pops one straight up again over the infield. Arroyo waves off everybody else, and he puts it away right in the grass of the infield. And those are 3 away, and Top of the fourth is done. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, Red Sox lead it 2-1. Man, the best hitters are just being late on Pavetta's fastball. They're just getting over it or under. That's leading to these pop outs. They've already been like a good 3-4 pop outs in this game already. So, they got to get a handle on Pavetta, especially that fastball. I can't believe the Dodgers won. I mean, that's incredible. It's crazy. The Braves are about to go up 3-0 on the Dodgers, and they just couldn't finish it off. I think that's common for Atlanta. We'll see if they can win a game in Dodger Stadium at least. As Christian Javier should be back for another inning for the Astros. Christian Vasquez hitting eighth. The catcher for the Red Sox is up, as well as Christian Arroyo and Kyle Schwarber. Vasquez hitting .258 this season with 6 homers. .320 in the postseason with a big homer that he had, which was the walk-off in Game 3 against the Rays. And we are back here in Fenway Park. Christian Javier back on the mound for the Astros. 2-1 Boston in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Christian Vasquez is going to lead off for the Red Sox. Walked his first time. And it's a swing and it's a ball in the right. Tucker puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out for the first in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes Arroyo, the number 9 hitter today. Arroyo hit a big homer last night. It was a 2-run homer into the Green Monster yesterday. Arroyo hasn't played much at all this season, but definitely has contributed in the postseason for the Red Sox. Christian Javier, definitely fastball slider right now. Throws in the curve every once in a while. Comes in as a reliever for the Astros, and that is a foul back behind 94 on the fastball, 0-1. And as the bat literally flies out of his hands, out of Arroyo's hands, interesting, there's the ball boy, gives it back to Arroyo. I can't tell you how much the Astros would want a quick 1-2-3 inning, especially with the 8-9 hitters here. Here's the 0-1, and it is a ball at high 94, 1-1. And here's the 1-1, and it's a foul at 95 right field, and it's 1-2. Javier with a chance to put Arroyo away here. But the Astros offense really needs to start to get going. I mean, going into the top of the fifth, you have McCormick, you have Maldonado, and you have Altuve. And that's high at the ball, 2-2. High fastball up and away at 94. Arroyo hitting 250 this series. Again, didn't really play too much in the regular season. Javier approaching 30 pitches. Here's the 2-2. And Arroyo lines one into right. It's over. Tucker's head into that corner of right. And Tucker can't corral the ball. Arroyo gonna round third. Arroyo gonna round second. And he heads to third. And it's a triple for Christian Arroyo. Can you believe that? Arroyo rounds first and second, heads to third. Still one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A triple for Arroyo. It goes way into right field, down in that weird right field corner of Fenway Park, and Tucker was unable to get it in time as the ball just kept rolling around the corner, and Arroyo just turned on the jets and kept going. Good decision by Arroyo as he slides into third quite easily. And it's a runner at third, one out. Tucker just couldn't get it in time as Altuve received the relay, but Arroyo definitely made it in time. And that's going to bring off the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox, Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber was traded from the Nationals to the Red Sox before the trade deadline, as that's a big swing and a miss by Schwarber. 0-1. Schwarber seems to be stretching out. Might have pulled something. Yeah, if he actually did injure himself. Schwarber trying to walk it off. Had a big swing here on that one. Seems he might have gotten something on his leg. Bit of a hobble for Schwarber right now. As Cora and the trainer have come out, and he's going to keep it going. That's what Cora wants from Schwarber. Schwarber, obviously a big part of that 2016 Cubs championship team, had a big part of that team. Definitely made his name as a postseason hero. And he's gotten a chance with the Red Sox, and he made it pay off last night with a grand slam into right field to break open the game at 6-0 last night. And he has a chance here to drive in a run with a runner at third, one out. He's 0-1 today, 0-1 on Javier. And that's high, fastball 93, 1-1. As the 1-2-3 inning just cannot be done by the Astros. As the shift is on for the Astros, Correa now in right field. You have a big opening in left for Schwarber to drive in a run. And Schwarber, big swing and a miss on that slider right there. 1-2. Javier really needs a strikeout here. Just the 1-2. And Schwarber sends it up the middle. Altuve looks at third, puts it away, 2 outs. Good job by Jose looking at Arroyo at third, making sure he doesn't run to home, and throws it to first to Gurriel. And it's 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Still Arroyo at third base, so got to put it away here. It was a ground ball right up the middle, right straight to Jose. And he just checks on Arroyo and throws it to first. Another breaking ball there by Javier, and it comes off the very edge of the bat of Schwarber, as that injury definitely seems to be playing a part in his swing. Came right off the edge of the bat. And now here's the very dangerous Kike Hernandez, almost hitting 600 this postseason. Big spot for him with a runner on third, 0-2 today with a strikeout. And that's a high fastball, 1-0. This is a big moment for the Astros here to get out of this inning, even though allowing a triple. Kike 0-2 with a ground-out strikeout, hitting .533, 3 homers and 3 RBIs this series. Has been pretty brutal with his big swing. And Kike pops one up straight, and Maldonado and Bregman come under, and Maldonado puts it away, and that'll end the fourth inning. Good job by Christian Javier getting through that inning. 2 innings done by Javier. And we are through 4 here in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Boston leads the series 2-1 and leads this game 2-1 Bogarts 2-run homer, Astros Bregman homer, and that's the end of the fourth. Go on to the fifth. Good job, Christian. That's what I'm talking about. The Astros have survived it through 4 innings. They're only down 2-1. At some point, this offense definitely needs to fire for them to have a chance to tie up this series tonight. Heading into the top of the fifth inning, Chas McCormick, Martine Maldonado, and Jose Altuve will be there in the top of the fifth. If you can get some base runners on for Jose, that would be a good start. Still 2-1 Red Sox on top of the Astros. If you guys don't know, that's my Jose Altuve signed baseball right here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, he did sign it right here. Just thought I'd show. These innings are getting bigger as all the scoring has been done in the first inning. 0 cents. Both teams are 2 hits, but Boston leads it with a 2-run homer by Xander Bogaerts. Chas McCormick leading off for the Astros here. In the top of the fifth, he had to walk his first time up, so productive as he takes a high fastball for a strike up and in 1-0. Playing center field, Jake Myers was thought of to get the start today, but he didn't. Still recovering from that injury, shoulder injury, I guess, that he suffered in Game 4 of the ALDS. McCormick with the 1-0 takes a strike down the middle, 1-1. Pivetta now just over 50 pitches, but through 4 innings. As he's 1-1 on McCormick now. McCormick hitting .375 this postseason. Takes a fastball inside, 2-1. They're definitely going with these high fastballs over and over against these Astros hitters. He's gotten Brantley on a high strikeout. He's gotten Tucker on a high strikeout. So it has been successful. And here's the 2-1. And McCormick fouls a fastball down the middle into right. 2-2. There's that pesky pull in right field, which is way too short. Homers can just be done right over there in that weird right field corner. One of the nooks of Fenway Park, as Adam Ottavino is warming up in the bullpen. For the Red Sox, the righty. Here's the 2-2 to Chas, and he takes a third strike called. Nice breaking ball dropped in by Pivetta for his third strikeout of the game. Beautiful ball there, and 1 away. Because that was a good break on that. That was way high. Chas McCormick thought of it, but it drops right in, and it was a called third strike. Very nice pitch there. Give credit to Pivetta there, as that's going to bring up the catcher, Martine Maldonado. Martine flew out his last time up when he had 2 on and 2 out. As he takes a ball 1-0. You would need a base runner for Jose if Martine can get a base hit here or a walk or something to get on base. That would be nice, as the Red Sox are going to shift Arroyo into on the left side of the infield, and Bogarts is way over on the left. Big swing and a miss on that slider by Pivetta, 1-1. Martine is 0 for 7 so far. This series hasn't been productive, but has always been the catcher for this team. You know, he had a big speech in the locker room last night after that 12-3 loss. One of the leaders of this team is Machete, and that's what you want from him. Here's the 1-1. And drops in the breaking ball for a strike. 1-2. Pivetta really getting control of this breaking ball. Really good pitch for him to use tonight. It just looks like a ball, but then it drops right into the zone for a strike. He's really gotten that pitch well controlled today. Here's the 1-2. And Martine fouls the slider back. Stays 1-2. So Pivetta actually seemingly gets better throughout the game. We'll see what he does. Here's the 1-2 to Maldi. Maldi takes one. Good take there at 96 on that fastball inside. 2-2. Good job by Maldonado. See how that, the catcher's got to frame it the right way, and he catches it outside. That has a big influence on how the ump is going to call it a ball or a strike. Here's the 2-2. Martine flies one into right field in the corner. Great play there by Renfroe. And that's 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Pivetta threw 60. The Astros really need to tie up this game or put some runs on the board, because you can't afford for Boston to have this 2-1 lead for much longer, because with that offense that they have, it's definitely dangerous. And here's Jose Altuve. Altuve with 2 pop-ups so far. Hasn't been really productive at all this series besides game 1. And we need Jose to perform here. 0 for 2. As he takes a breaking ball down and in for a strike. 0-1 on Jose. Big swing. Jose definitely swings at those first pitches, but just can't get that one as it just continues its break on the curve. Nice pitch by Pivetta. He's found that curveball today. Here's the 0-1. And Altuve takes one outside. Slider up and away, but it's called a strike. And Altuve is quickly down 0-2 on Pivetta. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Boston 2, Houston 1. Boston leads the American League Championship Series 2-1 in a best of 7. The second of 3 straight games at Fenway Park. Boston won yesterday 12-3. Hit a grand slam. Here's 0-2 as Pivetta loses himself off the mound. Surprisingly lost his footing, it seems, and he will reload. The Red Sox have been just so good getting the top 3 in the order of the Astros. It's just amazing to see what they're doing. And the Astros have got what they wanted, a close game, but now the offense just seemingly cannot do anything. And here's the 0-2. Altuve takes a slider there, 1-2, down and in. Down and away, excuse me. Altuve historically has done really good in the ALCS in 2017 to 2020. Hit .351 with 7 homers and over 1,000 OPS, but has really struggled. On this day 2 years ago, he hit the walk-off homer against Chapman in the Game 6. Altuve takes a high fastball 2-2. Like I was saying, on this day 2 years ago, Altuve had the 2-run walk-off homer in Game 6 of the ALDS 2019 at Minute Maid Park that sent the Astros to the World Series. Altuve is just not swinging it how he used to, surprisingly. As they're pitching it in his hot zone, as they're showing on FS1, but just not getting a good swing on it. Definitely out of the zone here. And Altuve down the third base line. Devers is in time! And that is the top of the fifth. We are halfway through in Game 4 of the ALCS. Boston 2, Houston 1. Altuve couldn't get on base here with a grounder down the left field line. Great play by Devers as he just gets Altuve in time. Still 2-1 Red Sox on top of the Astros. Man, this is going to be a tough inning for Christian Javier. This is a big inning pitching-wise for the Astros, as he's going to be facing the heart of the lineup now. As Devers, Bogarts, and Verdugo are due up. Devers has a run driven in via that home run by Bogarts. Bogarts has a 2-run homer, and Verdugo has a walk. So it's been a productive middle order so far for the Red Sox, with Martinez following that. This is a big moment. Here's Javier. High fastball to Devers, 1-0. As Altuve was safe, the Astros didn't review it. Oh my God, bro. Altuve was safe on first base, but the Astros didn't review it for some reason. I cannot believe they did not review that. How do you not see that? I'm sure somebody in the dugout must have told him. I mean, Altuve was safe there. You never know what that could have done. And now the Astros are come pitching, and here's a pop-up by Devers into left. Brantley is under it, and he puts it away for 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. That was such a big moment. I cannot believe the Astros didn't review it. That is on Dusty Baker right there. That is just sad. Altuve would have been on base right now. and Brantley would have been at the plate. You never know what could have happened. That was just such a big loss for the Astros. My God. That sucks. Altuve had a base hit, infield base hit. My goodness. I just can't believe why they didn't review it. My God. Who knows if that ends up costing us this game? Unbelievable. Anyway, here's Xander Bogaerts. Hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. And Bogaerts sends one high into center. And it is off the top of the wall. Chas McCormick plays it too deep. And Bogaerts is onto second base with a double. With one out here in the bottom of the fifth, Xander Bogaerts is heating up for the Red Sox. Bogaerts had that monster 2-run homer, and now he gets on base once again with that big double towards center. That was a good double off the wall. Chas couldn't field it cleanly as he was way too deep. Tucker covering relays it to Correa to limit it to 2 bases. And that is going to bring up Alex Verdugo. Verdugo is 0 for 1, had a walk. Big moment for Javier. That's way outside. That must have slipped. It's 1-0. Javier has done 40 pitches. The bullpen stirring a little bit. Nobody warming up, but it definitely is warm in the Red Sox bullpen. Adam Ottavino warming up. Here's the 1-0 to Verdugo. That's a nice curveball, I think, dropped in for a strike. Very nice pitch by Javier there. 1-1 to Verdugo. Javier really needs to get through this inning. He's gotten through 3. He's gotten through 4. Now he has to get through the 5th here. As Bogaerts is at second, the 1-1, and Verdugo fouls off that fastball towards the right and it left, and it's 1-2 now. Verdugo taking extra time here. 42 pitches for Javier. I wonder what Dusty is going to do, assuming he gets through this inning. Here's the big 1-2 to Verdugo. And here's the 1-2. And Verdugo hits it high near to left. Brantley puts it away right at the wall. Almost another danger for the Astros that could have made it a 4-1 ball game. Brantley puts it away right at the wall of the Green Monster. And it's 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to bring up designated hitter JD Martinez. That was almost a homer hit by Verdugo. Man, that was close. And here's JD Martinez, walked in the first inning as Martine Maldonado going to go and check up on the young pitcher, Javier. Good idea, as he almost gave the homer there. And here's JD Martinez in a big spot for the Red Sox. 2 on, 1 out. Bogaerts at second base. Hunter Renfroe on deck. Martinez is going to come up here and step into the box. Martine is a very disciplined hitter. Lots of power when he gets on it. Here's the 0-1. And it's ball one. 1-0. Martinez is not going to be expanding the strike zone, so if you got to pitch, it's got to be a strike. But Martinez has been amazing with runners in scoring position, hitting .400, 2 homers, and 8 RBIs this postseason. As Bogarts is in scoring position, being at second base, I would think a base hit would score Bogarts. Here's 1-0. And good take there by Martinez on that on that slider. 2-0 now. You absolutely cannot walk. That's like one of the worst things to do right now. You don't want multiple runners on and have them give them a chance at scoring crooked numbers. That's not what you want at all. As here is the 2-0 to JD. And JD fouls that off. 2-1, right behind. This is a big inning for Javier if he can get through this. A couple of Astros fans in the house at Fenway made the trip over. Here's the 2-1, and that's way upstairs. 3-1. This is danger for Javier. He's got to be careful. Has gotten 2 outs here. Just 3-1 now to JD Martinez. He's got to be careful. This is a big pitch right here. 3-1. And foul by Martinez. Tucker running over. And it goes into the right field crowd. 3-2. Full count now with 2 outs. Bogarts will be off as soon as the pitch is thrown. And another big spot for Javier as the crowd in Fenway Park gets onto their feet for the 1,000,000th time. This is a huge pitch right here. Can't tell you how big of a pitch this is. Big pitch here from Javier. And here's JD with a full count. And swing and a miss. Got him on that slider. Christian Javier through 3 innings. Doesn't give up a run. What a pitch by Javier. Got him on that slider. Strike 3. You're out. Great pitch, and it's still 2-1. Dusty Baker is fired up, rightfully so. Amazing job by Christian Javier. Hats off. Still Boston 2, Astros 1 with Brantley, Bregman, Alvarez coming up for the Astros. Yes, sir. That was a big moment right there. We needed that. Come on. We have to do it. We have to do this, guys. The heart of the lineup is coming up. We need it. We need to score. We have to score. This is it, guys. Come on. Hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. If you are, be sure to hit that like button. Would appreciate that. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate you guys coming out and stopping by the stream tonight. It's been a good game. Red Sox 2, Astros 1. Top of the 6th is coming up. Definitely have been covering the MLB postseason so far. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my interview with Jose Altuve. I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of weeks ago. As well as my preview of this series. But this series has definitely not gone as planned at all. As much of the postseason does in October. This is another big inning for the Astros. Gosh, man, so much. As Nick Pivetta has been taken out of the ballgame for the Red Sox through 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. As this is good news for the Astros as the bullpen has come on, and it's going to be Taylor for the Red Sox. Josh Taylor pitched in 4 games, 2 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts so far, no earned runs. And gives Brantley a ball outside 1-0. Big moment here for the Astros. As Brantley shoots one into the shift, Arroyo is there and puts it 1 away. Brantley, another ground out. And it's quickly 1 out here for the Astros. They just have not been productive. It's unbelievable. The top 3 of this lineup is just not producing. And this is one of arguably the best 3 you'll ever see. Altuve, Jose Altuve, Michael Brantley, Alex Bregman. Just not been producing, although Alex has had a solo homer into the Green Monster, the only run for the Astros tonight. That was scored in the first inning. Considering the Red Sox bullpen has come in, this is the moment for the Astros to do damage. Top of the 6th as Bregman takes a pitch outside that was called for a strike at 95, up and away. This is a big moment for the Astros. Once again, this is their chance. They have to capitalize if they're going to win tonight. Here's the 0-1. And Bregman pops one straight into right center for Renfroe, who puts it away. Second out in 4 pitches. This is not good at all by the Astros. I don't know why they cannot get hits. They just cannot. They've gone completely cold. In a game that's still 2-1, they just have not performed yet, which is honestly a little bit disappointing. As that's going to bring up designated hitter Yordan Alvarez, 0 for 1 today. And he's here with 2 outs, nobody aboard. Facing Josh Taylor, and he takes a fastball up, 0-1. Called strike. Alvarez has just had a walk in that 4th inning, otherwise not much production, and this is a big moment here. And the Astros are really not taking advantage of it right now. Here's the 0-1. And Alvarez ropes one into the shift, and it's a base hit for Alvarez. Arroyo couldn't reach out and grab it in time. And it's a base hit for Alvarez after drawing a walk last time. And that's going to bring up Carlos Correa in a big position once again. Correa had Alvarez at first last time, but he lined out to Verdugo and left. That was looking like it was going to drop down for a base hit, but it just kept carrying. This is the moment for Carlos Correa, as Adam Ottavino is coming out. And that's it for Josh Taylor. And he is gone. Faced 3 batters, and here comes Ottavino facing Correa. As Josh Taylor's been taken out, and that's going to bring up Adam Ottavino, who immediately checks up on Alvarez. Nice checkup there. That was pretty surprising, as that's going to bring up Carlos Correa. This is a big moment for Carlos. 0 for 2 today with ground out and a lineout that was almost a base hit his last time up, hitting 286 this series with a homer and an RBI. His solo shot in Game 1 is the only RBI Correa has done so far, as he takes a fastball at 95 outside. Carlos has been saying, he wants a big contract, but this is the moment where he has to do it, This is the moment where Carlos has to step up like he's always done. Let's see what he can do. 0-1. Correa, big swing and a miss. 95 on the fastball, and he misses it. Alex Cora seemingly always has a plan, and he knew what to do when Carlos stepped up to the plate. And they're just firing high fastball after another to the Astros hitters, and they're just not hitting it for whatever reason. And here's the 0-2 on Correa. The crowd is loud, and they're standing up. They know this moment is big. As here's the 0-2, and it's a fastball outside, 1-2. And here's the 1-2 from Ottavino. And call third strike on Correa on a fastball down the middle. Froze Correa, and that is a strikeout to end the top of the 6th inning. Don't know what Carlos is doing there. He just froze on a fastball down the middle. This has been quite a pitching performance by the Red Sox. Man, I don't know what Carlos was thinking there. Didn't even swing at that fastball. I wonder what froze him. Just a bit surprising. Man, this is not good. So it'll be interesting to see whether Dusty Baker's going to bring back Christian Javier for a fourth inning. Has pitched about 50 pitches so far. Had an absolutely amazing slider to get out JD Martinez to end the previous inning. We'll see whether he's going to give Javier the nod again, or is he going to go to that bullpen. I'll see whatever Dusty makes the decision. Still 2-1, Red Sox on top of the Astros as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by the stream, man. As we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, Hunter Renfroe leading off for the Red Sox here, still leading 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. Takes a pitch 1-0. And that is a strike, 1-1. Javier coming in for his fourth inning of work. Now just over 50 pitches in the bottom of the sixth, pitched third, fourth, and fifth. And is here once again. A little bit stressed out, with how the game is going. Still 2-1. Here's the 1-1, and that's a curveball down. Doesn't get the call, 2-1. As Phil Maton is warming up in the bullpen for the Astros, the right-hander. Here's the 2-1 from Javier. Swing and a miss on that fastball, 2-2. For the Red Sox, both teams are in their bullpen now. And we'll see who comes out on top here in what seemingly is a low-scoring game, 2-2. And Renfroe fouls off that fastball over to right, and it stays 2-2. Renfroe is 0 for 2 today. Yes, I wanted to do the live stream today. Today was the day I had to do it because I finally have time, and I just wanted to do a live stream today. I was feeling like it. And Renfroe fouls that one off and stays 2-2. As we have Garrett Whitlock, who's warming up for the Red Sox, one of their best relievers. Seemingly will get the top of the seventh inning. As here's the 2-2 from Javier. Upstairs, 3-2 on that seemingly slider, 3-2. Crowd stands up in Fenway. Christian Vasquez, the catcher, on deck for the Red Sox. Another full count for Javier. It'll be interesting to see if Dusty makes a move if he walks him. Here's the 3-2 from Javier. And way upstairs, he lost him. And it's a leadoff walk for Hunter Renfroe. I'm wondering if Dusty is going to think about bringing in the bullpen or not. And Dusty is going up to the second step, and here he comes. And that will do it, I think, for Javier as he starts with a leadoff walk. I guess that'll do it. Dusty is going to go to the bullpen now. Pitching change here for the Astros as Javier walks the leadoff hitter. Pretty good effort from Christian Javier. Didn't give up a single run. Had a couple of walks, but did pretty good. 57 pitches through 3 innings. Great job by Javier. Much needed for the Astros pitching change. Phil Maton coming in for the Astros. Yeah, when you lose him that high, I think it's time for a change. And Strami was telling Dusty, yeah, go ahead and make the change. The righty Phil Maton is going to be coming into the game now for the Astros. If you're wondering, Phil Maton came into the game late last night and gave up a 2-run home run For the Red Sox, Christian Vasquez is coming up as the number 8 hitter. After that, you have Christian Arroyo, the second baseman, will come after that, and then Schwarber. Vasquez, who's coming up, has a walk so far. As Javier gave up a runner, gave up that walk, and to Renfroe. Javier did about 54 pitches. Zach Greinke was the starter for the Astros. He only pitched about an inning and a third, as he gave the 2-run home run to Bogarts in the first inning. Javier was approaching about 30 pitches, and he just wasn't looking too great today, Coming back from that neck injury and COVID isn't the same Zach Greinke right now for the Astros. And he was able to get through that first inning, did give up that homer, and did get an out in that second, but that was it for Zach. And then Brooks Raley came in to wrap up the second inning, and then Javier pitched the third, fourth, and fifth inning and couldn't do the sixth, as Phil Maton is coming in. The Astros traded Miles Straw, their center fielder, at the trade deadline to get their righty Phil Maton from the Indians. And bottom of the sixth, nobody out, one aboard for the Red Sox. Number 88, Phil Maton, the righty. 5 games, 5 1/3 innings, 1.69 ERA, with 5 strikeouts and a walk so far in the postseason. Like I said, gave up a homer last night. Let's see what he can do here with the runner on first, nobody out. Christian Vasquez, catcher, steps into the box. Maton quickly checks on Renfroe at first. This is a big inning, as the Red Sox have Renfroe on first and there's nobody out, so can't afford to get this out of control with the top of the lineup, with the lineup about to turn to the top soon enough. Maton checks on Renfroe once again. The Red Sox are not a candidate for stealing bases, so, they're just checking on him. Almost seems like half the time it's like a nervous check because they're scared of the Red Sox. Here's the bottom of the sixth, and that's a strike from Maton right down the middle at 91. 0-1 on Vasquez. This is a big moment for the Astros. They have to stay in this game somehow. Maton, nice pitch there, and that's a foul. 0-2. Gets him on that slider there at 86. Oh, and 2 now on Vasquez. He has to put him away here. Here's the 0-2 from Maton. This is a big pitch. And Vasquez pops one up straight up into the infield. Jose Altuve, who made an error yesterday, and puts it away for the first out of the inning. One away here with 3 pitches from Maton, and that's going to bring up Christian Arroyo, the number 9 hitter. Arroyo did hit a 2-run homer last night. This opens the potential double play for the Astros, if it's a ground ball. You definitely want to get the outs here. Schwarber is slightly injured, as he checks on Renfroe once again. Maton Definitely wanting to check on Renfroe every once in a while, almost every pitch. And here's the pitch to Arroyo. It's way outside. 1-0. It's not even a competitive pitch. That's the thing. If the Astros want to draw swings, they have to do competitive pitches. And a lot of their sliders and breaking balls have been way outside of the strike zone. Not even like what do you say? Enticing the hitter to even swing at it. I mean, there's no point pitching that kind of ball because it's not. There's no point doing it. It doesn't have a price. 1-0. Arroyo fouls one off towards the right field line, and it's 1-1. One and one from Martine. Arroyo fouls one off again towards the right field line, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on that breaking ball. And it's the first strikeout for Phil Martine. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Still Renfroe at first, and that's going to bring up Kyle Schwarber, the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox, who seems to have sustained a slight hamstring or something like that. Looks okay right now, though. Let's see how his swing looks. Arroyo 0 for 2 so far tonight. That's a breaking ball dropped in for a strike at 74. Curveball there. High curveball from Martine, actually. Here's the 0-1 from Martine, and it doesn't get the call. Up and away at 92 fastball, 1-1. Just outside. Looks to be Garrett Whitlock who's warming up. He's definitely heating up in that Red Sox bullpen. Seems to be coming out for the Astros hitter. Tucker, Gurriel, and McCormick are due up next for the Astros in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1 to Schwarber. Swing and a miss. Got him on that high fastball. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Schwarber, and it's a big swing, and it's a fly ball towards left center from McCormick, and he puts it away to end the inning. Martine goes 1-2-3, and that'll do it through 6 innings here in Game 4. Red Sox 2, Astros 1. Gurriel, McCormick. Tucker, Gurriel, McCormick coming up for the Astros in the top of the 7th. The Astros desperately need some offense. They haven't scored since the first inning. And neither have the Red Sox. It's been all 0 cents. Can the Astros tie it up here in the 7th or take the lead? We have to see. With Tucker leading off, looks to be Garrett Whitlock coming in for the Red Sox from the bullpen. Yes, I mean, so far, yes, it is. But, yesterday, 12-3 win for the Red Sox. They had another grand slam yesterday. And then won game 2, 9-5. Both of those are not even really a competition. But today, it's much closer, 2-1 going into that 7th inning. The Astros only have 3 more innings to try and score some runs and tie up the game. Nah, they always celebrate like that. It's always crazy in Fenway Park. They're always standing up the entire game. That's really what's unique about that place. They keep standing up. They just don't stop cheering, those Red Sox fans. And it is the young pitcher, Garrett Whitlock, in 4 games with a 1-0 record, 1.42 ERA, 5 strikeouts. Hey, Arthur, thank you so much for joining. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. As it's a high fastball at 97 against Tucker, and it's 1-1. Garrett Whitlock has been one of the better relievers for the Red Sox, if not their best. Still a young guy, but definitely has some really great stuff. Here's the 1-1. Tucker drives one into center for Kike Hernandez, and he puts it away. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Three pitches, Whitlock gets Tuck out. That's going to bring up Yuli Gurriel. Not a lot to talk about here so far. Bregman had a solo shot in the first, and Bogarts had a 2-run homer to match Bregman in the bottom of the first. Pivetta went through 5 innings. Javier threw 3 innings. Greinke threw 1 1/3. As here's Gurriel, and he takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. The Astros haven't had much base runners throughout this ball game. It's been a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings for the Red Sox. Gurriel with a grounder to Bogarts. Bogarts easy throw over to first to Schwarber. 2 away and 5 pitches. The Astros are not even putting up any competition offensively right now. It's looking pretty easy for the Red Sox right now to put it away via the bullpen. The Astros need one big hit to get the things rolling, and they just haven't been able to do that. And looks like Jason Castro has finally come in to pinch hit for Martine Maldonado, as you desperately need some offense. You're only scoring 1 run through 6 2/3. As McCormick gets a base hit and a right. Nice job for Chaz getting on base again. Second time he gets on board here, the Astros have a 2-out base runner. And that's going to bring up pinch hitter Jason Castro, who's going to come in for Martine Maldonado here as we need some offense. Martine has the rest of the day off here, as we need some homers or big hits. Going back to game 2, Castro had a monster homer straight towards center field, right close to that batter's eye box in Minute Maid. A monster 400 plus homer. Let's see what Castro can do here if he can have a productive at bat, facing one of the best relievers for the Red Sox, Garrett Whitlock. The Red Sox only have 7 more outs to get for a 3-1 lead. Garrett Whitlock has just been so impressive with a 1.96 ERA throughout the season. The righty, the 25-year-old righty, has been really great for them. Yes, so far today, I do believe he's been pretty consistent. He got that walk, he got a base hit. Yeah, besides Bregman had that homer in the first inning, but besides that, Breggs hasn't really done much. So really disappointing so far offensively for the Astros, as he checks on McCormick at first. McCormick's got good speed. I don't think he'll be looking to steal, though, with 2 outs here. Isn't Castro here in a big moment? 1-0 to by Whitlock to Castro, as Arroyo's in the shift into the outfield. Devers alone on the left side, as here's the 1-0 to Castro. Castro takes a strike at the knees, 1-1. Whitlock getting around 96 with that fastball. Has a good slider as well. If you look at that left side, only Devers is playing there. If Castro can just slice it or pull it over to left, he'll get hit. As he takes a ball there. Nice job by Castro, 2-1. Takes that changeup at 84. If Castro gets on base or extends the inning, Altuve will be coming up in this inning itself. Here's the 2-1. Castro swings. He may have check swing, but it was still a called strike on the outside. 2-2 on that 97 fastball. Everybody in Fenway once again is standing up as Whitlock looks to put away the 7th inning for the Astros. Whitlock, checked on McCormick there at first. McCormick has 4 stolen bases this season. Pretty good speed. Probably the fastest player on this team right now. Man, the crowd is loud in Fenway. Everybody almost is standing up. Here's the 2-2. And good fouling off there by Castro on a low pitch. Stays at 2-2. And here's the 2-2. Castro caught by Schwarber. It was an absolute liner, but Schwarber just made the catch so casually, and that is the 7th inning for the Astros. Unable to do anything productive. Schwarber, instant reflexes and reaction. Great play by him at first. And stretch time here in Game 4. Red Sox 2, Astros 1. The day that it was in their reach for the Astros, they only put up 1 run. I mean, that's disappointing, you know. But the 8th inning will have Jose Altuve leading off. If there's any chance for the Astros, it's going to be in that 8th and 9th inning. They only have 6 more outs to work with. Yep. Altuve will be leading off the 8th inning for the Astros. That's it for them. If they are going to find a way to tie up this game or take the lead, it has to be done during that inning because that's their last chance, honestly. And nobody has scored. I mean, we haven't even scored since the 1st inning. I mean, gosh. Come on, guys. This is it. If you don't win, we're going to be in some big trouble. Well, bottom of the 7th inning we go. Kike Hernandez is leading off for the Red Sox in that first appearance for Kendall Graveman since Game 1 for the Astros, as he puts in that slider there at 83 for a strike. Kendall Graveman making his first appearance at Fenway Park for the Astros is considered to be the setup man for the Astros. Generally pitches the 8th inning, but here he comes in the 7th year to keep this manageable for the Astros. Kike with a ground out, strikeout, and a foul out, 0 for 3 today. Graveman had a pitch in the dirt, 1-1, and now here's the 1-1 to Kike. And that slider doesn't get called, 1-2 outside. And here's the 2-1. And Kike did swing, and it is a called strike by the home plate umpire. And it's 2-2 on Kike. As that was inside, Kike definitely did swing on that one. As here's the 2-2 from Graveman. And it is a foul at 97. Stays 2-2. As here's the 2-2 from Graveman. And that is a foul. Again, stays 2-2. Kendall Graveman was acquired at the trade deadline from the Seattle Mariners for Abraham Toro and Joe Smith. The 30-year-old righty, 1.77 ERA with 67 strikeouts and a .98 WHIP. 10 saves, mostly with the Mariners, as he generally does the 8th inning, as that is a grounder to Correa. Nice pickup there, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 7th. And that brings up Rafael Devers, number 3 hitter for the Red Sox. Devers has been outstanding for the Red Sox this season. In the regular season, hit 113 RBIs, which was tied for 4th in the league. The 24-year-old from Dominican Republic. Devers hit 279 this season. And faces Graveman here, bottom of the 7th. 1 out, as that is a ball outside, 1-0. Devers 0 for 2 today. Had a walk in the first inning and scored a run on that Bogarts homer, as that is a foul. High fastball, 97, 1-1. And here's the 1-1. Devers hits a high fly ball in a right, and it is short and put away by Kyle Tucker for the second out of the inning. Devers flies out, and that's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts, who has been really hot today. Hit a 2-run homer in the first inning and also hit a double into left field, hitting the wall in left. Bogaerts takes a strike at 97. That was outside, but it's a called strike. 0-1. Oh, and 1 to Bogaerts, nobody on. 11 pitches for Graveman so far. Here's the 0-1, and it's a strike, 97 fouled back, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Bogaerts. And he lays off that slider at 86, 1-2. Top of the order for the Astros will be coming up in the top of the 8th inning. The top order, the top 3 batters have not produced much this series, although Alex Bregman has only runs scored for the Astros, a solo homer over the monster in the first inning. And here's the 1-2 from Graveman, and Bogaerts fouls that one back at 98. Stays 1-2. The Astros are trying to jam the Red Sox hitters by pitching fastballs inside. That was that sinker. And here's the 1-2 from Graveman. And swing and a miss. Got him on that slider at 86 outside. And that will end the 7th inning. The top of the lineup coming up for the Astros to the top of the 8th. Altuve, Brantley, Bregman coming up. Boston 2, Houston 1. Going to the top of the 8th. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to go to the bathroom really quick. Sorry, I was muted. We just need one swing. You're right, man. But I don't know. Just haven't been good offensively at all. We can do it, but we need this offense to get it going all of a sudden here. Big moment. In the top of the 8th inning. 2-1 Red Sox. Jose Altuve is going to be leading off for the Astros, followed by Brantley and Bregman, top of the order. This is the moment for the Astros to get something done and tie it up or take the lead. Let's see what they can do. Altuve steps into the box. Going to face Garrett Whitlock, and Altuve sends one high and deep over the wall, and it is gone. It's a homer. Jose Altuve on the first pitch he sees from Whitlock, and he has just tied up the game. Jose Altuve has just done it again. Look out. And it's a tie game here, 2-2. Top of the 8th, still nobody out. Altuve leads off the 8th inning with a homer. That's what I'm talking about. One good swing, and what just happened, my guy? Jose Altuve. That just happened, and he knew it. As soon as Altuve starts jogging towards first base, you know it's out. I mean, you know it's gone. Over the monster, and we have a tie ball game. And it went right to the Astros. Astros fan in the stands. How about that? That's going to bring up Michael Brantley. Brantley fouls one on a slider at 87, and it's 0-1. Garrett Whitlock gives up a run. Yes, sir, that one big swing. Come on. The 0-1. Brantley takes one inside, and it's 1-1. Michael Brantley comes up 0 for 3 today with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. And good take by Brantley there, 2-1 now. Yep. Jose, sooner or later, he was getting the pitches he loves to hit. At some point he was gonna hit it, and that's when it happened. And love to see Jose happy. That's what I want, man. 1-2 now. Brantley hits one into center, and it is a base hit for Brantley. He's gonna hop on board, and that's a base runner for the Astros. Still nobody out. That's gonna bring up Alex Bregman. Top the hit, still nobody out. Brantley on base. This is the inning for the Astros. That was that swing that we all know and love here in Houston. You know, he was just popping up stuff over and over, and finally drives one. And it's tied. Whitlock has gone through 17 pitches so far. And here's Alex Bregman. Hit a solo homer in that first inning over the monster, just like Altuve did. And he is up with Brantley there and takes that beautiful slider in for a strike, 0-1. New reliever for the Red Sox warming up, Brazier in the bullpen, the right-hander. And action in the Red Sox bullpen. And here's the 0-1 to Bregman. Bregman takes a high fastball and he fouls it 0-2 quickly down. As the crowd is finally a little bit settled down, at least they're sitting. Here's the 0-2. And Bregman takes a slider. Good take by Bregman, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I hope you can just imagine it's always Chapman on the mound, man. Nice one. Altuve owns him. Here's the 0-2, and it is another good take by Bregman. And it's 2-2 now. Held off on both of those sliders. That was a sinker, actually, at 96. As Yordan Alvarez is on deck for the Astros. And here's the 2-2 to Bregman. And Bregman gives it, and Bogarts, and they get the double play. Red Sox is the big double play as they get the 6-4-3 double play and get two big outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bregman couldn't get much on that one right there. Bogarts to Arroyo to Schwarber for the double play. And that's going to bring up Yordan Alvarez. 1 for 2, had a walk and a base hit. Here's the pitch, and Alvarez, big swing and a miss up and in on that fastball. It's 0-1. As here's the 0-1 to Jordan. Inside for a ball, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Jordan. Good take there, misses that pitch. Down in the dirt, changeup at 85. Here's the 2-1. And Alvarez sends one high to center, and Kike is going to make the play at the warning track, and that'll do it for the top of the 8th inning. But Jose Altuve with a solo homer over the Green Monster in Fenway, and he ties up this game. And it's 2 apiece heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Hitters for the Red Sox coming up: Verdugo, Martinez, and Renfroe coming up. I don't know if you can just swap players like that in the lineup just like that. I don't think that's allowed, I think. I mean, I haven't seen any teams do that, so I just don't know if you can necessarily just switch them up like that. Although Gurriel will be due up in the top of the 9th inning with Correa, Tucker, and Gurriel will be coming up in that inning. But I mean, Jordan has had his moments in the playoffs. If you remember in Game 5 of 2019, he hit a deep homer to center field in Nationals Park in Game 5. And he had a homer in Game 1 of the ALDS and a couple of base hits here and there with some walks in the ALDS. But, you know, Yuli wasn't too great in that ALDS, but now he's looking good. But I just don't think you can just switch them out like that. I don't think you can do that. This is the bottom. Graveman is back in for the Astros. Here's the 0-1 to Verdugo. And that is a called strike inside of 96. Quickly 0-2 on Verdugo here. Graveman is back in. Had 15 pitches through that 7th inning. Back out here and ahead 0-2 now. As Nathan Eovaldi scheduled Game 6 starters in the bullpen right now. Alex Cora loves to do that stuff as Verdugo grounds it to Bregman, and that is one out in this 8th inning. Verdugo is retired. That's going to bring up DH JD Martinez. One out to Martinez, and that is a slider away, 1-0. Martinez really is that dangerous hitter. As Hunter Renfroe would be coming up next. Here's the 1-0. And he got him on the swing there by Martinez, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And Martinez lays off that one, 2-1. That was another slider. As here's the 2-1 from Martinez. Swing and a miss. Got him on that inside. Fastball 96. 2-2. Comes inside like that sharp turn. And here's the 2-2 to JD. 1 out. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball at 97 down the middle. And that is a second strikeout for Kendall Graveman. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's going to bring up Hunter Renfroe, who's coming in here with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. Slider at 88 outside, 1-0. Nathan Eovaldi definitely seems like he's ready for the top of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-0 to Renfroe. And that is a strike at 87, 1-1. Here's 1-1 to Renfroe. And doesn't swing on that, and it's 2-1. And here's the 2-1 to Renfroe. And a fastball 97 fouls it back, 2-2. As here's the 2-2 to Renfroe. Way upstairs at 95. Full count now on Renfroe. Man. Crowd now starting to get louder. Christian Vasquez were on deck. Everybody's on their feet now in Fenway for this 3-2 pitch. And he walks him. That's going to bring up Christian Vasquez. Raymond has got to be careful here. High fly ball into left center, and Brantley puts it away. Thank God. I thought he just hit homer, but he didn't. End of 8 innings here, and it is tied 2-2. At one point, I thought that it just scared the hell out of me, that fly ball. It looked like it was gone, but it wasn't. And due up, Carlos Correa, Kyle Tucker, and Yuli Gurriel coming up for the Astros in the top of the 9th. Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for the Red Sox in the top of the 9th. Tie game here, 2-2 going into the top. It's been a great game so far. Let's hope the Astros can put a run on the board in this top of the 9th inning and close it out. Let's hope they can do that and tie the series. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop my live stream there, but it was a lot of fun doing it so far. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, guys. See you later.